Hello and welcome to Thaiger Bites. Another day, another episode, and it's Thursday morning. Joining me today is Tim Newton.
We really need to get quieter chairs.
Tim Newton and his squeaky chair. Right. Thaiger Bites is our section where we get to address your comments and your feedback from Thaiger Talk, which is on the thaiger.com website. We have our YouTube shows, and as well we have Facebook and Instagram. Let's just get right into it, Tim. First comment here from Murph is regarding Twitter and you calling people who tweet Twittering.
Yeah,
Right.
That was my adjective, my verb. The verb of doing something on Twitter, I said, was twittering.
Right. And Murph says, so does that mean that everyone that uses Twitter are twits? Yeah, that sounds about right, Murph.
Yep.
If you are using Twitter, you are
A twit.
a twit.
Good luck.
Yeah. Just own it. Just go with it.
Twitter really isn't huge.
I'm a twit.
It isn't huge in Thailand yet. It's probably more popular in the
Yes.
expat community than it is with the Thais.
Definitely, yes.
Things like Line, Facebook.
Yeah.
What's another one that? What's the new one? TikTok.
TikTok,
They're
yeah.
like really big in Thailand, but Twitter not so.
Not so much, yes.
Who do you use Twitter, Jackson?
No.
Golf? Do you use Twitter?
Yes.
Do you have a Twitter account? Yeah, he does. Okay, so he does.
Okay.
Chris Jurisic says, well, now November the 1st. Haha, sorry, Thailand, I've given up on any new report from the tourist department of that country. Good luck. This, of course, all about the changing or the pushing forward or the kicking the can down the road of the reopening of Thailand. I think they're using the word reopening very loosely. I think some of our other comments are going to be addressing that.
Right. I have a comment here from Brock regarding the set. He says, I like the
Set.
tiger hiding in the bushes. LOL. There you go, Brock. We decided to put the painting behind us. We're glad you like it.
Good. And to Ken Minahan, we've moved. Did you notice that we've moved the plant?
Ken, I tried to move the plant to the right. We want to please you, Ken.
We want to make sure
please
you're
you.
happy, Ken.
Yes.
So yeah, we've done our best. We can't really move that up at the moment because we're limited by the size of the seat and I've got nothing to hang it from. But just persist with us, Ken, because we're going to get to Bangkok and have a nice set. And we will, of course, be making sure you're happy with it before we press the record button.
In Ken we believe.
Nate's Quest, you know that's right. That's his name.
Okay.
Says, how the hell can you do anything in Thailand without flying into Bangkok? Question mark, question mark, question mark. If Bangkok is not open, can you fly into Bangkok, change plans to Phuket or Pattaya? At the moment, you have to fly into Phuket if you want to take advantage of the 14-day quarantine-free sandbox. If you fly into Bangkok at the moment, you still have to do 14-day ASQ at this time. After that 14 days, you can go anywhere you like in Thailand within the restrictions that are currently changing every 5 minutes. But I think that's the best answer I can give to you, Nate. Also, as we keep on saying, if you're overseas and you want to come to Thailand at the moment, check with your embassy first.
Right. I have a comment here from Adam, regarding Thai Airways. He says, I agree, Thai airline standards gradually dropped over the years since I started flying with them in the 90s. After the last uncomfortable flight in November 2019 on a very worn and old 747, I said to myself, this is the last time with Thai. Adam, I agree with you. A lot of the planes do look older, or at least inside it just doesn't feel as comfortable as perhaps other premium airlines. However, I'd like to be a little positive today. Thai Airways has been struggling for a while, and it used to be a national carrier, and it is still in a way the pride airline of Thailand. I hope they turn it around. I hope that now that it's more privatized, that someone does take over, inject a lot of money. I don't know why they would. It seems
Who
like
would inject a lot of money into
I-
a bankrupt airline?
I have blind faith and belief that someone will turn Thai Airways around. Let's be optimistic. It's a stretch, I'm not going to lie, but let's be optimistic. I hope that Thai Airways can turn it around.
Free Particle has sent a comment to us. Thank you to Free Particle. Some of the names they have. Please stop saying that Thailand is opening when it's not! Exclamation mark. All those restrictions, paying for PCR tests and expensive SHA hotels are just antinomic with the idea of holidays. Yes, at the moment there is quite a long list of restrictions depending on where you go in the country, and you've got to get through that certificate of entry. We've had a lot of emails from a lot of people saying that they've found the certificate of entry very difficult to get, and so they've just given up. Other people, like Mike's parents, said it was very easy. Mm-hmm. So again, you're going to have to contact your embassy and go through that process if you want to come back at this stage. But Free Particle, yeah, it's not easy to get back in the country. And is it a holiday? Well, once you're here, it is.
Yeah, right. Bill C says, if you paid 100 baht for that T-shirt, it is pirated. Bill's talking about the T-shirt that you were wearing yesterday.
The DKNY.
The DKNY red shirt. Bill, I have... some news for you. Yes, it is most probably pirated. We are.
Oh, no. It was a real 100 baht DKNY T-shirt.
Do they make? But they don't make that anymore.
Oh, no.
You got a special
it was a
Thai discount.
It was a special...
15 years ago. Once in a lifetime.
Collector's edition.
I see.
I was just shocked yesterday when I put it on that it still fit.
Right, Bill. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was a real DKNY limited Thai discounted T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Right.
This one is from RJ, who says, this is continuing what Free Particle was saying, open means no rules and restrictions, just a negative test before arrival or proof of vaccination. COE, special charter flights, quarantine, sandbox, app tracking, woo flu passports. I think you're making a sort of special editorial comment there. Multiple testing is not open, it's closed, and you'll get very few tourists. Well, so far, the Phuket Sandbox, by any measure, has not been an economic success. Whether it's been a way of starting to see how to get the country open, well, indeed, it has been a success in that regard. Whether people are prepared to go through all those hoops, obviously, a lot of people aren't. So we're a long way from reopening the country and getting back to the around 40 million tourists per year. I suspect that's a decade away.
Right. Payak Peter is back, and he says, Hau Hin reopening 1st November now. What year? I did laugh when I did read this comment. Payak, I think I understand where you're coming from. I think due to the regular delays of the reopening, he's making a joke regarding when Hau Hin will actually reopen. Great question. Maybe next year? Who knows?
The reopening dates, they were talking about the 1st of October, then the middle of October. They're now talking about the start of November, but none of this is encased in law yet. None of it's been gazetted. The CCSA have not made any announcements about an official reopening date of Bangkok, Pattaya, Hau Hin, or anywhere else in the country outside the areas that have currently gone under these sandbox type schemes.
Right.
On these matters, David Kiernan says, I'll wait 6 to 12 months before I board a plane to Thailand. If I have to wait till 2023, then so be it. I'm not doing any quarantine, no way. And that, I think, has been the general narrative from most people who are coming back. They're saying, well, get rid of the quarantine, I'll think about coming back.
Right. I've got 3 comments here regarding Onlyfans from our episode yesterday. Crazy Content says, I wonder if they're being told to target Onlyfans creators because it may be affecting the sex tourism industry in Thailand. Crazy Content. Good comment. Possibly, allegedly could be. Who knows? But it makes a lot of sense.
We've spoken a lot in the past about how the YouTube... Onlyfans and the sort of the move of a lot of the bar girls and the bar boys who are involved in the sex industry in the country have sort of moved to privatise their particular services and offer them not necessarily for real but as an electronic digital version. And what's going to happen when the bars reopen? Are they going to move back to the old model? We don't know yet. All this is to be seen.
Right. Bertie's Adventure says, perhaps the protagonist did not follow the correct protocol for having sex during the pandemic. No mask or gloves is the real crime. I think Bertie's referring to the sex guidelines that were out earlier this year regarding how to be safe while having sex during the pandemic.
Basically, you had to wear a wetsuit
Yes.
and be in a separate room.
Yes, and not look at each other, face away. So,
Shocking.
Bertie, you might be right. That could be one of the causes. Dave Rowley continues and says, the Onlyfans arrest and filming and publishing arrest stops people asking about, hey, what happened to Joe Ferrari? Dave, you might be onto something.
Yeah, as I said yesterday, I thought it was a sort of a deflection. Really, police worrying about two people having sex and filming it is not something the police should be concerned about, nor the state.
Right. Any last comments?
Government, keep out of the bedrooms. Joey Lingo 123 on a similar sort of matter says, isn't it true that many ASQ hotels and golf courses are partly owned by senior government officials? Shocking! Exclamation mark. Well, there are some ASQ hotels and some golf courses that are owned by government officials, but not exclusively. So we know what you're saying, but whether you're alluding to a certain level of corruption, hasn't necessarily been shown that all government officials are opening their hotels and golf courses only.
My last comment here is...
I've got 3 or 4 more.
Oh,
I've got 2 more.
nice. My last comment here is an appreciation post for Jason. Hershinger says, nice job, Jason. Like the ad. I believe she is talking regarding the ad we made for Coffee Culture, the best coffee roast provider in Thailand.
Coffeeculture.asia.
Right. So, Hershinger, thank you for your comment. We will pass that along to Jason. We are glad that you enjoyed the ad.
He did a nice job. Thank you, Jason. Well done. And from Ubic, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, UBIQ,
Okay.
who says the junta have transformed Thailand into a military state. Duh. That factor reflects in the mind-blowing entry requirements for tourists, talking about the COE. Surely even they must know the conditions for entering the country deter 90% of people. Cambodia looks like it's going to be the country in the region opening first. That's where I'll be going. Interesting that Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, all these sort of close by Southeast Asian countries, they've all gone through their own problems with this third wave. And is it a race to get open first? Interesting. But I think no matter what happens, that these other countries like Vietnam and Cambodia, maybe even Myanmar, if they can get their act together, will in the future attract more people so that this region becomes a bit of a tourist magnet rather than just Thailand, which I suppose really spearheaded the sort of the Southeast Asian lay-back, long sunny days type break and the expat culture.
Right.
One more.
Last comment.
Does anything? Is it a military state at the moment? I always say that we currently have a quasi-democracy because we had an election in March 2019, which sort of gave some legitimacy to basically the old NCPO, which was the military junta, which seized power in a coup in May 2014. That's my feeling about the matter. Big Dan T says, so an out-of-shape social misfit teenager is now a professional athlete? Question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. That's what he wrote.
This makes my blood boil.
Because he or she has been banging on a keyboard for their short lives. WTF.
Right, strong opinions, Big Dan. All I have to say to you is just because you don't understand or probably couldn't do it yourself doesn't necessarily mean that, you have to show anger towards that. Esports athletes are professional athletes. They are the best of the best. They compete all around the world and they get paid a ridiculous amount of money. So they should be because they are the best in the world at what they do. It's not for everyone,
Just because this isn't in shape doesn't mean that this and this isn't in top shape.
Yeah, you can sit and eat all day. That doesn't make you a professional eater. There are people who can eat and get paid money for it. So all I have to say is that, and this image of professional athletes being fat little young kids playing in front of the computer, I don't know what experience you have. I don't know what experience you have had or think of esports athletes, but if you Google some of the professional athletes currently playing League of Legends, the majority of them are very fit, and they have to be because they play 8 to 10 hours professionally and hone their skills to be the best in the world. That doesn't come if you're lazy. And
You sort of said all this on Good Morning Thailand.
We did. Please watch Good Morning Thailand
Watch
for
Good
my
Morning
rant earlier this morning. God, this just gets to me. I hate it.
Ooh, he's got so angry. Thank you, Big Dan T.
Right. But thank you for the comment, Big Dan T. We're entitled to our own opinions. That was yours. This was mine. We cannot agree on some things, and we can agree on some things, and that's okay. I still hope you have a nice day. And is that all for today?
That's all for today.
That's all for today. Thank you for your comments and your feedback. If you do have any more further comments, please leave them in the comment section below or on our other platforms as Tim continues to have his delicious coffee culture coffee. We hope you've had a great day. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, behind the buttons, and thank you to Golf behind doing some social media. We hope you have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow.